Emotional triggers are the key to making someone miss you, and nostalgia is one of the most powerful emotional triggers you can use. Think about it. Why do people hold on to old photographs, rewatch childhood movies, or listen to songs that remind them of a specific moment in time? Because memories aren't just thoughts. They carry emotions, and emotions create deep connections. When you send a message that brings up a shared experience, you're not just reminding him of an event, you're making him feel something. And in relationships, feelings are what create attraction, desire, and longing. If he associates you with positive emotions, he won't just remember you, he'll crave your presence because you represent something familiar, warm, and meaningful. And a simple text like, "Remember that night we stayed up laughing until sunrise? Just saw something that reminded me of it," does something powerful. First, it takes him back to a specific moment. His brain will automatically retrieve the sights, sounds, and emotions of that experience. Second, it reinforces the connection he had with you. If that memory was filled with laughter, excitement, or intimacy, he now relives those same emotions and associates them with you all over again. Third, it makes him realize what he's missing. When someone enjoys a moment and suddenly remembers it, they instinctively feel the desire to experience it again. This creates a sense of longing, which is exactly what you want when you're trying to make someone miss you. But here's where people go wrong. They either focus on generic compliments or send messages that come across as needy. Saying, "I miss you" might seem sweet, but it puts all the emotion in your hands instead of his. He doesn't have to feel anything because you're already doing the emotional work for him. Instead, when you use nostalgia strategically, you let his own mind do the work, which is far more effective. There's also a subtle art to choosing the right memory. You don't want to bring up something negative and you don't want to force an emotional reaction. The best memories to trigger are ones that involve laughter, adventure, or deep conversations. These are moments when people feel most connected. Maybe it was a spontaneous road trip, a silly inside joke, or a vulnerable late-night talk. The key is to pick a memory that he enjoyed just as much as you did. When you send a nostalgic text, don't over-explain. Keep it short and simple, just enough to plant the seed. This allows his imagination to take over. He'll remember the moment, feel the emotion, and start associating you with that same positive energy again. And that's how you stay on someone's mind, not by forcing it, but by guiding their emotions in the right direction. So the next time you want to make him miss you, don't just remind him of you. Remind him of the feeling he had when he was with you. That's what keeps people coming back. Uncertainty is one of the most powerful psychological tools when it comes to attraction. The human brain is wired to seek closure, and when something is left open-ended, it creates a loop in the mind that demands resolution. This is why cliffhangers in movies and books keep us engaged. We need to know what happens next. The same principle applies to communication, especially in relationships. When you send a text that introduces just enough mystery, you create an irresistible pull that keeps him thinking about you long after the conversation ends. Most people make the mistake of giving too much information up front. They send long texts, over-explain their feelings, or try to get immediate validation. But when you hold back just a little, when you introduce an element of curiosity, you shift the dynamic. Instead of chasing someone's attention, you make them come to you because they want to know more. A simple message like, "I just saw something that totally reminded me of you, but I'll tell you later," immediately grabs attention. Why? Because it leaves them with a question. What did she see? Why did it remind her of me? Why won't she tell me now? Suddenly, you're not just another message in his inbox. You're a thought that lingers in his mind. This technique works because it taps into the brain's natural craving for completion. When something feels unresolved, we keep thinking about it until we get an answer. If you drop a hint about something intriguing and then step back, you create space for curiosity to grow. And the longer he wonders, the more invested he becomes. It's not manipulation, it's understanding human psychology and using it to build anticipation in a natural, playful way. It's important to strike the right balance, though. If you're too vague or mysterious all the time, it can feel frustrating rather than exciting. The goal is to create just enough curiosity to spark his interest without making it seem like a game. A great way to do this is by tying your message to an emotion or experience. Instead of just saying, "Guess what happened today?" Make it more personal. Something hilarious happened today, and I immediately thought of you. I'll tell you later. Now, it's not just curiosity, it's also association. You're linking him to laughter, joy, or excitement, which makes him subconsciously want to be around you more. Timing is another key factor. If you always respond immediately and explain everything right away, there's no room for intrigue. But if you send a mysterious text and then wait a little before following up, you allow his anticipation to build. He'll start checking his phone, wondering when you'll respond, and thinking about you more than he realizes. The power of uncertainty is that it keeps things fresh and exciting. When someone doesn't always know what to expect, they remain engaged. So instead of laying all your cards on the table, leave a little to the imagination. Because when you create curiosity, you also create desire. And that is how you make someone miss you. Dopamine is the brain's pleasure chemical. It's what makes certain experiences feel exciting, rewarding, and even addictive. When we anticipate something enjoyable, dopamine levels rise, creating a sense of excitement and motivation. This is why people get hooked on social media notifications, surprise gifts, and unpredictable games. Our brains love the thrill of the unexpected. When it comes to attraction and communication, this same principle applies. If every interaction feels predictable and routine, it becomes easy to ignore. But when conversations spark curiosity, laughter, and a little challenge, they create an emotional high that keeps someone coming back for more. Flirty and playful communication taps directly into this reward system. When you tease someone in a lighthearted way, you introduce just the right amount of challenge. It signals confidence, keeps things engaging, and most importantly, makes the interaction fun. A text like, "I just realized you're way more interesting than I gave you credit for. I might have to keep you around," does something powerful. First, it's not a direct compliment. It's a playful push and pull. It acknowledges his value while also making him work for your full approval. That subtle challenge triggers a reaction in the brain. He wants to prove himself, lean in, and continue the conversation. This is where so many people go wrong in texting and attraction. They either try too hard to impress or they make things too serious too soon. But attraction thrives on fun and lightness. Think about it. When do we feel most connected to someone? It's usually not during a deep emotional conversation, though those have their place. It's in those moments of laughter, teasing, and playful energy that we feel truly alive and engaged. That's because fun releases dopamine, which strengthens emotional connections and makes experiences feel addictive. Playfulness in texting also creates unpredictability, which is another key ingredient in attraction. When someone doesn't know exactly what to expect from you, they stay more engaged. If your messages are always predictable, "Hey, how was your day?" there's nothing exciting about receiving them. But when your texts feel dynamic and spontaneous, they trigger an emotional response that makes you more magnetic. A well-placed teasing remark or a witty challenge can change the entire energy of a conversation. It's important to strike the right balance, though. Playful text should feel natural, not forced. If it feels like you're trying too hard to be funny or mysterious, it can have the opposite effect. The key is to observe the conversation, read his energy, and throw in a light tease or playful remark at the right moment. When done correctly, it creates an addictive cycle. He starts associating your messages with excitement, challenge, and fun, which makes him crave more interactions with you. In the end, attraction isn't just about words, it's about how you make someone feel. If every conversation leaves them feeling entertained, engaged, and slightly challenged, they won't just miss you when you're not around. They'll actively seek out your presence. Dopamine plays a crucial role in human behavior, particularly in how we experience desire, anticipation, and reward. It is the chemical responsible for motivation, excitement, and the feeling of wanting something before we even have it. This is why people become addicted to things like social media notifications, surprise gifts, and even romantic relationships that keep them on their toes. The way you communicate with someone can either activate this powerful brain response, making them crave more of you, or become predictable and unmemorable, causing their interest to fade. Understanding how to use dopamine drug anticipation in texting is key to making someone miss you. One of the most effective ways to activate dopamine in someone's mind is through anticipation. The brain gets excited not just by receiving rewards, but by the process of waiting for them. This is why surprises and unpredictability heighten attraction. When you become someone who introduces unexpected excitement, your presence becomes more engaging. A message that sparks curiosity, such as, "I just heard something that totally reminded me of you, but I'll tell you later," automatically makes the brain crave resolution. The open-ended nature of this statement keeps the other person mentally engaged, wondering what it could be. This is where dopamine does its magic. The waiting period itself creates desire. Another factor that fuels dopamine is variable rewards, meaning that when someone doesn't know exactly when or how you'll respond, it makes your attention more valuable. If you always reply instantly and predictably, the interaction becomes routine. But if you sometimes take your time, send something playful or unexpected, or break the usual pattern, you create a dynamic that keeps them excited to hear from you. This doesn't mean playing games or intentionally ignoring messages, but rather ensuring that your communication feels fresh and exciting. Dopamine is also deeply connected to playfulness and challenge. When something feels like a game, the brain gets more engaged. Instead of sending a standard message like, "Hope you're having a good day," you could add a little intrigue. "I bet I can guess exactly what you're doing right now. Should I try?" This not only sparks curiosity, but also invites interaction in a way that feels fun rather than routine. The key is to make sure every message carries an element of energy, mystery, or excitement so that they look forward to hearing from you. Delaying gratification is another powerful way to activate dopamine. If someone feels like they're always getting your full attention immediately, there's no sense of anticipation. But if you introduce small delays, taking your time to reveal something interesting, waiting before responding with a playful comment, or ending a conversation on a high note, it keeps them wanting more. The brain remembers experiences that had an emotional impact. And when conversations are filled with surprise, humor, and unpredictability, they become emotionally memorable. When you structure interactions this way, you don't just make someone think about you. You make them feel something every time they engage with you. And when a person associates you with pleasure, anticipation, and excitement, they won't just miss you when you're gone, they'll actively seek you out. Emotional connection is the foundation of any strong relationship, and it plays a crucial role in making someone miss you. While physical attraction and fun conversations can spark interest, it's the deeper emotional ties that keep you in someone's mind, even when you're not around. When a person feels understood, appreciated, and emotionally connected to you, they begin to associate you with comfort, happiness, and even a sense of home. This emotional imprint is what makes someone truly long for your presence. One of the most effective ways to build an emotional connection is through vulnerability and shared experiences. People bond over moments of honesty, where they feel safe enough to share their thoughts, dreams, and even fears. When someone feels like they can be themselves around you without judgment, they naturally start to crave that presence. A well-placed text like, "I just remembered that conversation we had about our biggest dreams. It really stuck with me," instantly brings back feelings of connection and significance. It shows that you listen, that you care, and that your moments together were meaningful. This type of message triggers deep emotions that make the other person miss the depth you bring into their life. Another powerful way to create an emotional connection is by offering genuine appreciation. Everyone wants to feel valued, and when you acknowledge someone in a way that feels personal and sincere, it creates a lasting impact. But the key here is to be specific. Instead of a general compliment like, "You're amazing," try something like, "I really admire the way you always know how to make people feel comfortable. It's a rare quality." Specific appreciation shows that you truly see them for who they are, and when someone feels seen, they feel a stronger emotional pull toward you. Shared memories also play a huge role in emotional bonding. When you remind someone of a meaningful experience, you bring them back to that emotional state. Nostalgic texts, such as, "I randomly remembered that time we got caught in the rain and couldn't stop laughing. That was one of the best moments," activate the brain's emotional memory centers. This makes them not just think about you, but feel the warmth of that moment all over again. When people associate you with positive emotions, they instinctively start missing you. Another element of emotional connection is understanding and support. Life isn't always fun and exciting. There are stressful moments, tough days, and personal struggles. When someone feels like you genuinely understand them during those times, they develop a deep emotional bond with you. A simple text like, "I know you've been going through a lot. Just want to remind you that I believe in you," can have a profound effect. It shows that you are a source of emotional safety, and people naturally miss those who provide them with that kind of comfort. At the core of it all, people don't just miss words or conversations, they miss how someone makes them feel. If every interaction with you leaves them feeling valued, understood, and emotionally connected, they won't just think about you occasionally, they'll yearn for your presence. Scarcity is one of the most powerful psychological triggers in human behavior. People naturally place a higher value on things that are rare, exclusive, or difficult to obtain. This is why limited time offers, luxury brands, and exclusive memberships create such strong desires. When something isn't always available, we crave it more. The same principle applies in relationships and communication. If you are always readily available, responding instantly, or initiating all the time, the other person doesn't have the opportunity to miss you. But when you create a sense of space, when you show that your time and attention are valuable, you naturally increase your worth in their eyes. The key is balance. The goal isn't to ignore or manipulate someone, but rather to ensure that your presence in their life feels like a privilege, not a given. When you pull back slightly, whether that means not always being the first to text, taking longer to respond at times, or simply prioritizing your own life and passions, it signals that you have a fulfilling life outside of them. And that mystery makes you more intriguing. People are naturally drawn to those who are confident, independent, and not overly reliant on external validation. One of the most effective ways to apply scarcity in texting is by occasionally being unavailable. If someone expects you to always be there, they take it for granted. But when you break that pattern even slightly, it forces them to notice your absence. Instead of always texting back right away, take your time occasionally. Instead of always initiating conversations, give them the space to reach out. If they ask what you're up to, don't always be quick to share every detail. A simple text like, "Just been busy with some exciting stuff, tell me about your day," subtly communicates that you have things going on without oversharing. This creates curiosity and makes them wonder what you're up to, which naturally increases their interest. Another powerful way to build scarcity is by ending conversations at a high point. Most people let conversations drag on until they fizzle out, but if you exit while the energy is still high, you leave them wanting more. A well-placed message like, "This has been fun, but I have to run. Let's talk soon," ends things on a light and playful note, creating anticipation for the next interaction. Instead of feeling like the conversation simply ended, they feel like it was interrupted, which makes them look forward to the next one. People value what they have to earn. If they feel like your time, energy, and attention are given too easily, they may not appreciate it as much. But when they sense that your presence is special, something they need to keep up with, they start to chase it. When you maintain this balance, you don't have to ask someone to miss you. They naturally will, because your presence is something they don't want to lose. Attraction isn't just about words. It's about how you make someone feel. If you want someone to truly miss you, it's not about chasing them or bombarding them with messages. It's about creating a dynamic where your presence is valued, where your absence is felt, and where every interaction leaves them wanting more. By sparking curiosity, bringing playfulness into conversations, building anticipation, forming deep emotional connections, and mastering the art of scarcity, you position yourself as someone unforgettable. You become the person whose texts create excitement, whose presence feels like a privilege, and whose absence makes the heart grow fonder. The truth is, people don't miss those who are always available. They miss those who bring something unique to their lives. Whether it's laughter, emotional depth, or the thrill of the unknown. When you understand this and apply it with confidence, you won't just make someone miss you, you'll make them crave your energy, your presence, and the magic you bring.